Alright, welcome back to Destinies. Let's continue with his testimony. What I really saw at the scene. Detective Wright and I rushed to the control room together. In the lounge, we saw a figure standing in the middle of the room and Duran on the floor. We were still in the control room to the east when the figure fired at us. Oh, that was a short testimony. Okay. Given the noted person in the lounge after when the witness entered it, does this mean the person who fired the gun had to have been the defendant? Not necessarily. It's still possible that it was someone else. Most likely, as soon as Detective Army and Dr. Cosmo discovered this person, they escaped through the southern door, the one that didn't have a security lock.
Objection!
Double-edged swords are a tricky lot. Mishandle one and it is you who is cut down. Huh? Usually could apply his face boy with a killer as well. Just think about it. After being discovered, he could have fired the 10-caliber gun. And I would have responded by firing 2 warding shots. All he had to do was feign consciousness, preventing the possibility of a third person.
Objection!
But Mr. Starbuck didn't have a gun in his possession when he was found by the police. Nor has it been found at the crime scene. The absence can only be explained through a third party who took it with them.
Objection!
We hope these didn't have a trash chute in the boarding lounge. The defendant could have simply thrown the gun down the chute.
Objection!
But you couldn't deny the possibility of a third person leaving with a weapon.
Objection!
It's up to you to prove that possibility. I trust you haven't forgotten my little piece of decisive evidence. What evidence? Well, the detonator switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, naturally. It was compelling evidence of all that tells that he is the culprit. I did forget all about that. Look, your baldness. How deliciously obvious is the lack of ends to revel mine. Oh, he sliced up our third-person theory to ribbons and served it to us, just like that. Yes, well, I have a question of my own, actually. The bullet that fired the mysterious figure shot, what did it hit exactly? It hit me. Does that mean you're a ghost? I was wondering when you would realize it's your baldness. Dr. Cosmos is an authentic, bona fide ghost. He can even pass through walls. Eek!
Objection!
Oscar Black will shame on you for teasing the nice old gentleman. Your baldness was odd in chest. Please show yourself again. Are you sure? In that case, how did you manage to survive being shot, Dr. Cosmos? I'm glad you asked. It was a miracle befitting a great history-making figure such as myself. It hit my glorious Medal of Honor when it ricocheted, thus saving my life. What? That's unbelievable. I have to check this out. Oh wow! Look at that! There's one extra Galaxia star. That's really astronomical. I guess it really was a miracle. It seemed to really feel like the Cosmos is watching out Dr. Cosmos. Well, why do you conceal this information, Dr. Cosmos? A great man such as myself has to hide things on occasion, no matter how much it hurts. It's the plight of the truly great. It may be hard for this generation to understand. I don't know, but it sounds fishy to me. What else is he hiding? Let's just cross-examine him and see what we can find out. Nothing, Mr. Wright. Your examination, please. Okay. I want to hear more about being shot. In other words, you were fired at while you were in the control room door. That is correct. There's something not quite right about that. Dr. Cosmos, the bullet this person fired hit you, isn't that right? Yes, it was a miracle. A miracle befitting a great history-making figure such as myself. The bullet the figure hit me for was in the control room. But it's because what happened, the bullet bounced off my glorious Medal of Honor. In that case, the bullet should have wound up somewhere in the control room door. Okay, so Dr. Cosmos was in the control room to the east. While he was there, he was shot at by someone with a .10 caliber gun. The bullet hit his metal, so he was able to escape with his life. He's a very lucky man. No wonder people think he's great. I'm pretty lucky myself, so if he's a great man, then I'm the king of all cosmos. Ha 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 ha. I guess I'll just press the whole thing for now. Already heard all about that part. Let me get new information. Well, let me see. If you have an hour or two, I can tell you all about the Hat One miracle.
Hold it!
You already know all about that too. Tell us something related to the incident. I see. You want to know about the incidents? Well, let me tell you about the many incidents that made me the man I am today. Yes, if you have the time, I'll tell you all about the upbringing of this great man.
Hold it!
You told us all about that already as well. What we need now is your testimony. Did I really already tell you all about my upbringing? I don't really recall doing so. Mr. Cosmos, perhaps you could save your boastful tales for later. If I must. Let me peek into the control room door and...
Hold it!
It was so dark you couldn't see this figure's face, isn't that right? Yes, the room was as deep as and dark as outer space itself. Speaking of outer space, during the Hat One launch 7 years ago... It's about that Hat One miracle again. You can start off and tell it to a stray mutt. Excellent idea. No reason why the animal will generate my greatness. And so they shall. But first, your testimony. What happened next? I'm gonna press this one more time. You were fired out in the door. It hit you. What hit your metal? Is in the room to the east. You shot at. Hit the metal, so he didn't die. It seems to be like there should have been something near the door, so I'm gonna give that a shot.
Objection!
No. Maybe it's the bullet. Because it should have been somewhere else. This clearly is the thing that you need. It doesn't actually, it's not really the thing. That's not the correct thing. And there's nothing compelling about that evidence. I get it. Thanks. I got it. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, okay, I get it. Doesn't make sense. I got it. I got it this time. How did the bullet itself get in the gutter if you were all the way on the other side of the room? It doesn't make sense. I thought this was a casing, which is not a bullet, but no, this is actually a bullet. All right, go ahead.
Objection!
Dr. Cosmos, you're telling this great court a glorious lie. A great man like me tell a lie? Have you ever heard of such a thing in all of the history? Yes, actually, a lot. My accusation is based on the visions of the people in the lounge. According to your testimony, you and Detective Arme were near the control room door, and the mystery figure was standing in the middle of the boarding lounge. If, as you say, the figure fired a gun at you from this position, then the bullet would have traveled in this direction. However, we found the .10 caliber bullet here. Oh! This trajectory and where the bullet was actually found contradict each other. Dr. Cosmos, where were you really when they're being shot at? Ah! Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the even merry-go-round.
Objection!
Don't tell me you've forgotten already. Didn't the witness himself just tell you? The bullet hit his metal. Of this, there is no mistake.
Objection!
But in that case, the bullet should have been found near the east side of the room. Try and say that you can explain its inconsistency. Of course. I didn't think so. What? Oh, great Director Cosmos. Yes. Is there something you'd like me to expand upon? You were in fact not in the control room to the east, were you? You were looking into the lounge from the door to the south, is that not right? Gah! What are you getting at? Use your own brain. Your head must have some other use than housing that bird's nest. Bird's nest? What does everyone pick on my hair? Dr. Cosmos, detective witness is seen from the southern door. Killer fired them there, and that is why the bullet was found near the south. Ah, that makes some sense, actually. Also, witness being at the southern door is rather favorable for the prosecution. I've got a bad feeling about this. How about a director if you don't tell the truth this time? Oh. Yikes, his handcuffs! You become put rest upon my sword. I was trying to cut down to a great man. Oh, alright, I'll tell the truth. Just put your sword away. You're correct. I, the great Yuri Cosmos, was looking into the room from the southern door. What? That's the complete opposite of all the testimony he's given so far. Now you've lost your possibility that the person was in the room. I have. How? Tractor and the detective were near the southern door. Meaning the killer couldn't have escaped through there. The southern door required fingerprint recognition. The corridor beyond was filled with smoke. The only escape route left was the eastern control room door. And the only way to get through there was with the Director Cosmos fingerprints. In short, there would be no escape for any third person had there been one. My third person just disappeared, like in one of Juicy's magic tricks. Order! Order in the court! Director Cosmos, why did you tell such an outrageous lie? You were covering for the defendant, isn't that right? Yes, it was all for the love of my men. I said it was in the eastern control room. It would mean the culprit could have escaped through the southern door. Would have meant that there could have been a third person. All I meant to do was protect Starbuck. I said it was in the control room to invent the escape route for the third person. What a convoluted lie. Was he really coming for the defendant? Looks like we've come to a conclusion. The defense's argument, the possibility of a third person has crumbled. No. It's over. Yikes, that is about to hand down his verdict. Think, Phoenix, think. This is the perfect time to try and turn my thinking around. The third person had no way of escaping the scene. Then what if one of the people at the scene was this third person? Wait, what if the whole premise is wrong? Cosmos said he and Detective Army rushed the scene together. What if that premise isn't true? What if one of them reached the scene before the other one? What if the person entered the lounge? They would be the third person. Finda is the only one who could have killed the victim and shot the director. There doesn't appear to be any room for argument against these claims. I'll now render my verdict.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. There is still one possibility. Oh, this better be good, Mr. Wright. There's only one person who could have escaped from the scene. That person would be the first person arrived on the scene. Then upon entering the boarding lounge, the second person to arrive came through the southern door. That's why the first person fled for the room. Using an escape route that's accessible only to them. Very well, let's hear more about this theory. Who was this one person who could have escaped from the boarding lounge? Are we throwing shade on the director now? I guess we are, huh?
Take that!
What? But that's... Mr. Wright, what are you claiming here? All the people who were at the scene, only the witness could have escaped. The director is the only one with the authority to open the control room door, after all. But that means... Exactly. The true identity of the third person is our current witness. Director Yuri Cosmos. Ah! What? What? Order in the court, I say. Mr. Wright, to explain yourself in more detail. I said the Director Cosmos arrived at the scene before Detective Arme. Entered the boarding lounge alone. Detective Arme arrived after that, and... Zostis' figure, who is actually Director Cosmos standing in the lounge. That's why she fired those two warning shots. Ah, I've been hit! I've been hit on the starboard side! Captain Wright, it's directed on the enemy ship, sir. Not a different shot. Warning shots fired from the enemy ship. Prepare to intercept. Cosmos, you told a lie in court once again. I've been hit on the port side. My enemy has called in reinforcements. We're at the Cosmos Control Center, requesting permission to ask the return to reality. Well, my ship will not go down to anything less than the ultimate weapon of evidence.
Objection!
I do have evidence. In fact, you could say that your battleship bears its scar. But because the third person Aurora Blackquill saw. Third person fired Detective Army and Detective Cosmos with their gun. In return, the detective fired her warning shots. Isn't that how it really went down, Detective Cosmos? Ha ha ha! Looks like you've addressed my miraculous tale of survival. Yes, you're absolutely correct. The mystery person fired upon us. Mr. Cosmos must have been the one who fired the tin caliber gun. Detective Army discovered him in the lounge. Well, it makes sense that he would have turned and shot at her. Therefore, the evidence on the director's body is of a different relevance than before. Once we compare it against another piece of evidence, the mark that you received from the third party will be all the proof we need. To prove that you were there in the lounge. Brace for further impact! Praising against this piece of evidence will prove that you were the one in the lounge. Not that one. This one.
Take that!
The .38 caliber bullet on the floor didn't hit the action tank. It hit Director Cosmos' metal. We have the ricochet mark in the middle analyzed and ensured the caliber will match up. That mark proves to be from a .38 caliber bullet. We prove that you are the third person we were looking for. Ah, the bridge is destroyed! Losing altitude, all hands abandon ship! That's true, what about the bullet that hit the oxygen tank? It was the 10 caliber bullet. In other words, it was the bullet fired by Yuri Cosmos. Isn't that right, Director? No! You've got it all wrong! Oops. What? The engines have started again. It's a miracle! I'm not going down yet! Witness, stop this at once, corrects the truth. You don't want the history book to say the great man was a great liar. And accept your fate and tell the truth. Are you giving me orders? Me, the great director of the Cosmos Space Center! But the Cosmos revolves around me! Someone get me off this thing! Order in the court, and someone stop this witness from spinning! Thank goodness we're able to stop him from spinning off the face of the earth. While he was twirling, I took the liberty of running analysis on the mark of the metal. It was made by a .38 caliber bullet, matching to the size of Detective Army's firearm. Ready to confess the truth, witness? Well, very interesting. We'll come back and find out the truth? Maybe next time. So until then.